Quest Jammin'. How's it going?
Got four of them.
Yeah, I've never seen that purple one before.
There's one under the.
Oh, that's always out here though. That's the drugs.
This is a new one.
Yeah.
That one was in his bedroom, 100%. I brought that to McKay. Put it in his file. So Mosley got that one out of the stuff you
He's
filed.
hunting. Great job, buddy.
Here, why don't you do anything useful?
Crassus, how are you? Good. What about you? Not too bad. Not too bad. I don't know. This guy's singing Expedition 33 music in words in chat again. I know you're pumped, Crassus. I know you're pumped for the the last PoE1 patch. It's the end. The secret of the Atlas is that's it. March comes in like a lion. I have no idea what that means. Is that a bastardized translation of an anime title? That's what I'm guessing. No matter what they do. It's the translation, yeah. That's what I figured. You could do that, yeah. Crassus has been doing that, apparently. But I think it's because
He said that.
Oh.
Okay. I'll be impressed if it can.
count. So that you can have that sit there off when you scroll. Doing what? Laying in bed depressed watching anime. What's wrong with my camera? Fucking cat. I don't think she's watched Your Lie in April, no. I've never heard her talk about it, so probably
I don't
not.
know what it is. I haven't actually watched anime.
Apparently she hasn't watched anime in 5 years, but that's a lie.
Oh wait.
It's a lie.
Okay, I was watching that old one. Okay.
It'll cheer her up. Okay.
I'm not sad.
Man is speaking in Arabic. Can you please use English Arabic speaker? Unfortunately, I can't moderate your Arabic. So, I'll have to delete it if this continues. I don't know what that Arabic stuff means, man. You support this energy drink? Well, we're going to try it and see. I've had many of these in my lifetime, but we need to do an official assessment of this Rockstar original. The cans are like more modern now, though. My image of the Rockstar can is not this one. It's the old one. We will assess this, though. Provide our expert analysis, as it is that time of the day. I see Cat is coming. Cat. She's gonna come in and cause a ruckus like every other time. Alright. This morning we got Rockstar Original Energy Drink. This is a vintage one. This has been around for a long ass time. Holy frig. It's not the best one. Not in my opinion, but it's one that that stood the test of time, I suppose. So this one's clocking in at 167 milligrams of caffeine. That's about accurate.
How many?
167.
That's more than my pre-workout.
Yes.
I need a double scoop of pre-workout.
Why would you need more than that? That's a lot.
You know what?
Yes. You're gonna overdose on caffeine. Taurine is 2 points shy of 2,000 milligrams. Of course, we got B12, B6, riboflavin, pantothenic acid, niacin. Any other goodies in here? They used to have like, oh yeah, Panax, ginseng root, guarana, all kinds of chemicals that I don't know the name of. But of course, we don't evaluate these based on their content. So long as they have at least 80 milligrams of caffeine, they then qualify. Rockstar Monster and Ghost. Yeah, I got a whole bunch actually down there.
Ghost is so good, but we can't get it here.
I got 4 right there.
We get Ghost here?
Only at the Circle K.
Because
You can only get them at the Circle K.
my coworker brought some of that back for me from the States. He said he didn't think we could get it here.
The only store that carries it is Irving, or not Irving, but Circle K.
Oh, okay. Well, I
But there's only four flavors. But yeah, all those, that's all energy drinks. That whole fucking shit back there. Good morning and most resplendent salutations to thee, my dearest and gentlest of sirs. Wow. Why now? Why now? With such a greeting. How's it going? That's toxic? This thing is toxic? I mean, a little bit. It's full of chemicals, but, you know, I've been drinking these for like 20 years, and I'm not dead yet, so. Cut the lip hair? Why don't you cut the lip hair? Why don't you? Boom. Alright. Oh man, that is an unearthly color.
Oh, I've never seen what it looks like.
That's an unearthly color. Unlike the, my wife's gonna have some of the straight from the can. That's an unearthly glow. Look at that. Unlike the past couple we've had.
It's such a nostalgic flavor.
That is not natural. That is not quite Mountain Dew. It's not quite like Lemon Crush though. It's like
Really sour.
it's like halfway between Mountain Dew and Lemon Crush. I can tell basically based on the carbonation and in the Capita here that It's maybe slightly more carbonated than Monster, but maybe slightly less carbonated than Red Bull. That seems to be the visual assessment here. Oh yeah? I'll show you what's not natural. See you tomorrow. My grandpa said he'd buy me Little Caesars if you said something not very nice. I'll get rid of you. Bye. We got some people saying not nice things today. It's unfortunate. Thankfully, those platforms don't go straight to the video anymore. I think it was a correct selection to not make those other platforms go straight to video. It seems like there's only one civilized chat. But yeah, look at that. They changed up some of the ingredients from the actual original. I think you're right, because when I look at this, I don't remember it having so many B vitamins and other stuff in it. I think the formula is different than it used to be. I think you're correct, but I don't know for sure, because I haven't been like keeping track. I kind of like up until this point, I done like a few years of G Fuel, and I done a few years of like almost exclusively Red Bull. But we're kind of just going full circle a little bit. That's the piss of a man whose diet consists of battery acid and yellow Sharpies. That's a great assessment. I like that. So we'll do our typical assessment under 100. 25 for aroma, 25 for palate, 25 for finish, 10 for texture, and 15 for my personal experience. If it's not obvious, typically I rate whiskey. So we're doing this in the way we would a whiskey, I suppose. All right, fix that problem. Kaboom. All right, so let's see what we get here. Oh, this is oh man, that's definitely Rockstar. This is slightly similar to the Monster's nose. Actually, it's almost like that same kind of rocket candy aroma. But it's not quite the same. It's almost straight into like the powdered sugar note. Not much of a nose on this though. It kind of goes flat pretty quickly. There's a slight like lemon citrus. Yeah, I'm almost getting like a lemonade that had way too much sugar put in it. That kind of like idea on top of the like rocket candy kind of thing. It looks like there's something in the glass, but there's not. Yeah, and almost like a bit of like a creamy character. Like oh, like cream soda actually. Yeah. There's like a cream soda component. That's kind of interesting. That's about where we're at. Man, that's not bad. All right. Rockstar, the original on the palette. Cheers. And aftertaste is pretty much non-existent. Again, there's a little bit of lemony aftertaste, a little bit of like a lemony pledge thing. Now the taste is like, it's a slightly too carbonated, still by a little bit. Like the Monster's carbonation was better. It's slightly overcarbed, just by a little bit. You're being quite annoying. Look. I'm up here and you're down there. So if you're going to talk to me, you got to come up here. You goober. Distracting me while I'm trying to give an expert assessment of this this beverage here. Ganging at me. Man, it's not quite that like Rockets flavor though. It's almost like more oversweet lemonade. It's like yeah, it's like slightly citrus, but with like way too much sugar in it. That's kind of like what it tastes like roughly. It's like way oversweet. It's like all lemon, all sweetness. We get a little bit of acidity at the back, but not a lot. And there's a bit of a tang to it. It's a little tangy. I'm gonna take a big kind of hit here and see what we can get out of the finish. Yeah, it kind of just echoes in that kind of like lemony pledge, citrusy aftertaste. Not that bad, really. In terms of texture, it's a little bit sticky, but it's not as sticky as Red Bull. But it's maybe a little stickier than the Monster was. Yeah, lemony pledge for sure. It's like that lemon note where it's like not like a nice, pleasant lemon. It's like a slightly medicinal, astringent lemon. You know what I mean? That's why I use lemony pledge. Like a slightly astringent, chemically lemon. Yeah, I'm still getting that like cream soda note on the nose. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, I think cream soda is kind of like where I'm landing with this. I think there's some on the palate too. It's like hard to pinpoint that flavor, but I think it's like a lemon cream soda. Honestly, that's kind of where I'm going with this. Yeah. It's like an oversweet, lemony, cream soda-y flavor. Transition into mid palate, it's kind of like goes all like lemon, slightly acidic, acidic, into that kind of like lemon pledge medicinal kind of note. Which is maybe not everyone's favorite. I don't really mind it. All right, so Let's score this. Let's focus on the aroma. I don't know why my blank sheet's not blank. I hate that. Hold on. I got a cat doing something naughty. Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. That's trash. Trash. Oh. Oh. All right. So on the aroma, again, it's like slightly rocket candy, slightly cream soda, or like super oversweet lemonade. There is a citrus component and like a really like thick syrupy sweet component. But really what's sticking out to me is that like slightly cream soda note, which is kind of interesting. Honestly, for aroma, we're going to give it 18. Better than I thought. Alright, so the palette. Again, there is a bit of a transition in there. But I feel like the evolution of flavor is not necessarily as good as Monster was. You kind of start out with like that very like heavy, sweetened lemon citrus spike. Then you get into a little bit of that cream soda note. Then it ends on kind of an acidic note and a lemon character. Let's see. We'll call it, honestly, not too bad. It's worse than the aroma though. We'll call it 16. All right, and the finish, it's not a non-finish, but it's a very light finish, and it's mostly that lemony kind of note, which you might find unpleasant. I don't mind it that unpleasant. Yeah, finishes on kind of chemically lemon. Or slightly unpleasant lemon citrus kind of note. I don't mind the finish personally, so I'm gonna give it 13, but it's not great. I could see why you would give the finish negative points, perhaps. Alright, so I'm going to talk about texture at a 10. Which again, this is a little bit sticky. Carbonation is a little bit higher than I would like. So it's going to be slightly worse than an even score, I think. We could tone down the carbonation, perhaps. And find a way to make it less sticky. That would be good. It's not too bad, though. I'll give it 4. 4 out of 10. Alright, so out of 15, my personal experience with this one Rockstar Original energy drink. One for the ages, I suppose. Stood the test of time. So again, when we talk about spirits, we kind of think about, well, why would I pick this particular drink over any other similar drink? Why would I go for the Rockstar Original in terms of its flavor? And I think the only reason you really go for Rockstar Original in terms of flavor these days is probably if you're seeking that kind of like OG energy drink kind of taste, you know. There's a certain, for me, a certain nostalgia with this particular one. Because It's one of the ones that was around back in the day, and maybe you don't really drink very much anymore. So every time you drink it, you're like, I remember back when I was staying up all night playing World of Warcraft, and I was chugging one of these. That's the kind of mental manifestations you get. Although for me, that's more like Full Throttle, but it's the same kind of idea. There's a certain nostalgic effect with some of these old school kind of formulas. I feel like that's the main reason you'd actually hit this one over like one of the ones that's new and has maybe a better flavor profile. So that's something that really can't. It's hard to really replace that. But at the same time, there's not a bad mix of flavors here. Aroma actually is not too bad. I'm kind of surprised, really, with that slight like cream soda kind of character that I kind of found in there, which I think is perfectly accurate. Palate has maybe got a little bit to desired, and of course, you might actually find that the slightly lemon chemically aftertaste on this is like actually not to your preference. So in that way, it's maybe not the best formula, but what it does have is a certain hidden nostalgia. Kind of like almost like regular Red Bull or Monster Original or Full Throttle, these ones that have been around for so long that they might trigger some related memories, I suppose. So out of 100 or out of 15, again, this is a distinct, completely unforgettable can, I suppose, but it does maybe not stand out among its peers in the modern era. So for me, we're going to give this a 7 out of 15, which is kind of a high, distinct rating, but not a standout. So if we total these up, 18 and 16 and 13 and 4 and 7 is 58. 58 on 100. We call this good. This is good. It's a good beverage. And if we think back to the past couple ones we've done, past couple days, I think I also gave Red Bull a 58, but I gave Monster a better score. I gave Monster a 67. So, it's about on par with your Red Bull, but clearly whatever they put in that Monster shit, not bad. Not bad. All right. Excellent. So yeah. What's the other? What other ones can we hit? What other like perennials are there? For like the next, because I have all kinds of like different flavors down here. Like this is like pretty much every flavor of Monster and Red Bull that exists in my area. Bang, that's one I've never had. I've never had Bang. Is that a perennial these days? Bang energy drink? I know there's like Celsius and stuff like that. I'm just thinking of like the old school ones, Like obviously you can't get balls anymore. Well, I could, but I have to order from the States. I don't know, they sell it at the store near me. NOS, actually, yeah, NOS. We should do NOS. That's an old school one. I'm trying to think of what other old school ones there are. I'm only drinking one a day. It's not like anything different. It's not anything different. If you're worried about my consumption of caffeine now, you should have been worried about my consumption of caffeine for the past 20 years. It's not any different. And if we're going to be honest, between the two of us, you drink like 3 times as much caffeine as I do. So, back at you. She's over here, like I'm saying, well, this can has 167 milligrams of caffeine, and she's over here going, that's more than my pre-workout. Maybe I need 2 scoops. Like, what the fuck? Not to mention the fact that she takes pre-workout, comes home and has a coffee.
An energy drink in the
And then sometimes an energy drink in the afternoon. And she's sitting here concerned about my like one a day here.
Yeah, but I have ADHD, so my brain...
That your heart doesn't care what your brain condition is. I understand, but
His heart built a tolerance.
your heart built a tolerance, right? Remember Jolt? Yeah, we talked about Jolt the other day. Because again, to me, like when I first started on these, Jolt Cola was a thing, but it wasn't like the red can. I don't know if you're thinking about the red can, Monkey Man, like the red can with the stripes. But for me, it wasn't that. It was like, you know how like Monsters come in like that, like big can that looks like a battery. It was in cans like that. Jolt Cola came in cans like that, and the can looked like a battery. You drink 2 to 4 today? Godspeed, brother. The most that I do is I'll maybe have like one in the morning and one in the evening, but they're usually it's like one Red Bull like regular size. Like usually I do like two of these a day, which is the same as one of these, and because I think that's like a better distribution of caffeine, right? Like if you do one and one of half serving, I don't really do this size too much anymore. But we're doing it we're doing it for this purpose, I suppose. Brain condition overrules heart physiology. Well, we'll see what happens when when the doctor wants the echocardiogram. Yeah, kind of just like alcohol, I just keep everything in moderation. Because to me, it's like, I don't get that much, like, pap out of drinking this. I guess you kind of drink it because it maintains my baseline, right? So, don't do that. If you don't agree to the tests, they can't show you the results. That is true, I suppose. You're not wrong. All right, so let's save this, save as, and of course we'll post this little mini review to YouTube today later. Rockstar. Save. And now it's Friday, so we're gonna go talk about. I'm not gonna talk about. We're gonna play some Final Fantasy, the original. Final Fantasy Day 5. Can you imagine we've got 5 days out of this game? Let's kill the music. Oh my god, I've played so many games. Final Fantasy is not in the like right click menu on Steam. That's crazy. Unreal how badly you milked this. Quinn would be proud. Ha! Yeah, Monkey Man, if you're a caffeine enjoyer, every weekday morning at 11 my time, or I guess 11, not 11, no, not 11, 8 Eastern time, we're gonna do caffeine. So but for now, we're back on the games. Also I do whiskey as well. Well, not necessarily whiskey, but spirits. Oh, I gotta fucking change the. Hold on. Ultimately, we're spirits enjoyers here. Trigger it. Boom. Can you believe? Look at this thing. Look at this thing, Crassus. Look at this thing. This is a program that I found in like 2005 in order to fix games that wouldn't run in borderless windowed, and it forces them into borderless window. I still need to use this thing in the modern age, and I don't know what I would do without it. What a great fucking piece of software. Because it used to be a big problem before that things wouldn't go board. And this game's not perfect, right? Because you can see like the outside edge over there. It's kind of like white and black. But that's as good as this gets. But it used to be way more common that borderless window wouldn't work. Originally, I actually used it for multi-boxing on EVE Online. Because there was a way where you could like tell it to like put a bunch of windows in a certain configuration. But it's kind of wild to me that I'm still using that program now. And I don't know if you can... I've been like keeping it between computers. I'm assuming you can still download it, but I don't know. It's like some guy's random like... It always surprises me sometimes where like some guy will like make some random tool to do some very specific purpose and offer it for free. And you're like, I don't know what I would do without this guy's random fucking tool that he made. There's like a bunch of little tools like that where you're like, some random dude just programmed this thing and you're like, why couldn't Omega Corp figure this out? Okay, I feel like I've already been in here. So what's our situation right now? We have the Levistone, and we have the Rat's Tail, and I don't know what to do with it. That's what's happening. Yeah, I don't know what to do with my shit. I went to that town by the volcano, and they said, oh, there's a Levistone. I've been trying to get it for years. Except I had it when I talked to the guy, and I was like, what do I do with it? I don't know. Oh, some guy said something about going to the Elf King. So I think that's what I was going to do. Because somebody said something about the Elf King in the northern continents or something. So I was like, okay. I guess we'll go talk to the Elf Man. Hold on. We gotta change this view a little bit. I keep meaning to, like, make a different scene for vertical so that when we get into a fight in Final Fantasy, like, the vertical shows, like, my guys and the enemies instead of, like, nothing or only part of the screen. Vertical's hard for this game. Because right now I can, like, show the enemies or I can show my party. That's, like, it. I figure, like, showing the enemies makes the most sense, but I don't know. Okay, so we gotta get our... Oh yeah, I'm rating them, yeah. Monster of the three. Monster had the highest score so far. But I've only done 3, so... Yeah, I think eventually what we're going to do is on the Discord, in the Content Vault section. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I was thinking I would just make a channel that no one can talk in and just rank them. And then post the video. Oh, it didn't gauntlet. Hold on. Attack, attack. Item, healing staff. Item, gauntlet. Hi, Mum on a plane. Are you saying you're on a plane, or are you saying your mum's on a plane? I'm on the confuse, and you're doing me a concern. You're on a plane. Wow. Discord DM. Uh-oh. This guy DM'd me something. So you're considering playing that game again, are you? What is this? I can't remember. Oh, you're good now. You're good. You see a light at the end of the tunnel. You don't need to copium into Blizzard game again. Okay. Let's look at the map again. It's been a little while. I can't remember what's going on. Okay, so... yeah, we couldn't find a way to dock our ship up there. But I think the Levistone probably does something with, like, flying. I went the complete wrong way again. Nice, bee's knees leveled up. Preemptive strike, strike, strike. I think the elf town's down here, right? At the bottom. Crassus leveled up. We're leveling up. Okay. Has nothing to do with being lost. We're gaining experience. Okay, let's go in here. In the castle. Oh, I want to go in the castle. Me leveled up. Okay. You think the prince will tell me something? Fuck, and of course not. Fuck. Tell me something of relevance. Yeah, dwarves, yeah. What to do? Dang it. They didn't help me at all. What are these guys in here? By the power of the Levistone, a great sail rises into the sky from the sand of sea below the crescent. A great sail rises into the sky from the sand and sea below the crescent. A great sail rises into the sky from the sand and sea below the crescent. What? Down there? Do I have to go down there? Oh, I think I know what to do. Thanks. Thanks, random elf. I never would have went down there on my own. Boom, 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 boom. I like this boat. You don't get too many games with boats anymore. I'm not sure why there's so many goddamn fishmen, though. We leveled up Crassus, okay? Don't despair. I'll be so glad if there's no clock mechanic baiting me to log in on schedule. Yeah. We're doing a thing, Crassus. We're doing a thing. Oh my god. You obtain an airship. Let's go. Just kidding. Fight a worm. All right, let's go. Can I land? No. How do I land, dude? How do I land this fucker? Can I only land on sand? No, I can land on grass. There's just nowhere to land here. So I gotta land over here. But how do I go to that other town? It's so far away. Here we go. Wow, that's better. Oh my god, 2 trolls and a Minotaur zombie. Boom. Ka-fucking boom. Da-da-da. Wah, 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 wah. Bum, ba, 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 ba. Ice Storm. Holy shit, that's rude. All these wolves cast Ice Storm? That's pretty damn fucking rude. Bum, 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 bum. What's in here? Hey, new town. Lufenia. Lupagamido. Okay. They don't speak in my language. Okay, so I get the feeling whatever I need to do here, I don't know what it is yet. Because they're... Hey, what's this? Let's take a peek at your reflection in the water. Ugh, you're filthy. Use this to wash up. Okay. Thanks, game. Okay, that was useless. One over here was a waste of time. Bono, 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 bono. Zap him. Get the lightning out. You like to heal too, yeah. Dinosaur. Let's go. Let's go to this town. Mr. Bee's Knees, how are you? Oh, this looks like a town that I can talk to the people. This is Gaia. Outsiders often call our town the Eye of the Hawk. To our south is an ancient city known as the Wing of the Hawk. Yeah, I found that one. It's Friday, baby! Have you visited the Wing of the Hawk? I can't understand a word they say there. Yeah, neither could I. To be honest. I don't believe it. You're outsiders, aren't you? How did you make it up this high in the mountains? Can you fly or something? No, that's impossible, right? No, that's fucking impossible. We do the impossible around here. Yeah, not a 3-day weekend for me, but to be honest, I haven't worked in a while, so I can stand to work a day. A fairy was living at our spring, but I haven't seen her lately. I wonder what happened to her. I want to see Metallica. Wowzers. Do they still release new music? That's like one of those groups that I think they still make new music, but I've never heard a new song. I just know the old ones. My dad was always telling me how the castle to the west was a place to test your courage. I already did that. Cat claws. Did anybody use that? Oh, with a razor sharp blades. Can my monk use this? I don't know if one of my characters can use this. No, I don't think it can, because I think when you click on it, yeah, I think my characters can't use that. For sure, a new album came out in the last 5 years called 72 Seasons or something like that. Yeah. In some ways, it must be a little bit discouraging. Because it's kind of like... You still want to like make new music, but... You know, you're not gonna do a better one than like Master of Puppets or something. You just know that you're never gonna, you know, you're not gonna make a better one than the ones you have. Okay, what do my guys have? They lost the juice. Well, there's something going to be about losing the juice and like being a band that like wrote like a perennial song, and there's just no way. I'm trying to think of another example, but there's a couple of groups like that where like they wrote a banger, and even if they release a new song that's like better than any song any other band would release, it's still not gonna, you know, because it doesn't have the same notoriety, I guess. Ruby, Mithril, silver. So I need 2 silvers. What do you have on? What is this? $18. That's still worse than the ruby armlet. Protect ring. This is a glove, though. Like, can I buy 4 of these? And 3 of these. I used a whole bunch of my money. I guess the arms are like a ring that protect you or something. Oh, even the black mage can wear it. Nice. Guess we can sell some crap. I have a leather glove equipped? Who's got a leather glove equipped? Oh, what? Hold on. There we go. Mother-in-law is a metalhead, so she wanted to go. I like Metallica, but I wouldn't go to the show. She didn't want to. Yeah, I think like there's a lot of those groups that like they don't make bad music, but they're not like the ones I would seek out, you know. There's some that are on the line, like for example, like if like Slayer doesn't tour anymore, but sometimes Slayer does shows. It's like I don't feel like I need to go see Slayer, but if it was convenient, I would go. If that makes any sense. I wouldn't drive like 8 hours to see Slayer. But if it was convenient, I would go. And I think like Metallica is kind of like in that group. Like what else is there? Like a lot of those old school, like Megadeth or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like really wanting to go see Dave Mustaine, but if it was convenient, I might go. You know what I mean? The show was good. Yeah. Corrin's supposed to be up here pretty soon, I think, too. But nothing comes like to my province. It's kind of like if you want to go see anyone who you've heard of their name before, you have to go to Montreal. That's like the closest place they tend to come. I have an extra ice brand. Dang. We did Rockstar, the original Rockstar. That's what we did today. I ended up inadvertently giving it the exact same score as Red Bull. So, okay. They're both worse than Monster, apparently. Yeah, I kind of want to I kind of wanted to hit these ones that are like just old school kind of recipes. But now that I've done these three, I don't know what other one. Oh, right. Crass said NOS, like regular NOS. I should probably do regular NOS. Maybe we'll do that on Monday. Okay, okay, spells over there, more spells, and teapots up here. What do you have to say? Saw a shining light fly off the west in the night sky. Huh. This guy doesn't really have very much. Let's just buy some cottages. I don't think I'll need that many cottages ever, but I still have like 200k. Maybe some spells will help. Put a hole in my pocket. Will it restore one ally's HP and cure some status effects? Oh man, diarrhea. Why can't I learn these? What's the deal here? Do my guys have too many spells? Do I have to forget some? Is this like the maximum amount of spells? Let's forget this. And this. I don't need this. Now can I add spells? No. Cannot learn. Am I too low a level? Not sure what the deal is. Maybe I'm too low a level. I don't feel like that's the case, but... Blizzaga. Like, Mead can still learn spells. What's the deal here? I'm confused. I don't know why my black mage can learn spells, but my white mage can't. They're the same level. And I forgot a bunch of spells to see if that was the case, but... See, like, I can't teach anyone this white spell. But I bet you if I go over to this black mage... Banishes enemies to another dimension. I bet you this... No, I can't learn these spells either. Maybe we're too low a level. I don't really understand, if I'm being honest. It's the only thing I can figure is I'm too low a level or something. They say a special water called Oxyale gushes from the bottom of our spring when only fairies can draw it out. That broom's always trying to weasel its way out of its chores. I don't know what to do with it. There's a house up there and there's a spring. Let's go to that house all the way up there. Although that looks like it might be the church, to be honest. Is this just the church? Yeah. What do you have to say? I caught the fairy, but I figured she's mine, so I do with it as I please. What's the big deal? So I sold her to the caravan. Okay. What else is around here? So there's this thing. And there's this thing. I already did this, though. There's a bunch of holes in the ground on these little islands. There's another city over here. Having a hard time finding a place to land. I guess I can land here, but I don't think that helps me. I can land here. And we'll go up to this little city and see what they have to say. Manticore. On rack. Look at my legs. Aren't they wonderful? I love having legs. Look. Did you see that move I just did? Okay. That Underhill fellow from the caravan had something very weird for sale. On my way blasted, I haven't been able to catch me a single fish. How am I supposed to keep food on my plate and heck in me belly? Cope's been spreading some nonsense story about how he saw a shining thing fall out of the sky. Where's the caravan? Are those legs really yours? What the fuck's going on with legs in this place? My father is with the caravan. Right now they're over in the desert to the west. They usually pitch camp by the forest near the north of the desert. Okay. Raises casters' attack and accuracy. Yeah, I can't like get these spells for some reason. What about these ones? Restores a lot of HP to the entire party. Okay, we can get this one. Enhances the party's defense against instant death. Well, you know, I've never encountered instant death, but I feel like we should have that spell just in case that ever happens. I imagine having a spell that counters instant death in the game is some sort of foreshadowing. You have the look of a warrior about you. I'm a warrior myself, on a pilgrimage to the Citadel of Trials to earn the recognition of the Dragon King. I must return with a token proving my strength and courage. I already did that. The sunken shrine is said to be filled with riches, silver, gold, diamonds, even tablets describing lost languages and civilizations if you believe the legends. Okay, so we have to go to this sunken shrine to learn the language of those other people. Ancient race known as the Sky People used a language called Lufenian. My brother Un would always tell me he'd figure out how to speak it if only he had the Rosetta Stone. So we need to get the Rosetta Stone out of that other place. Makes sense. There's a graveyard here. Hey, what's that? That little dock. I'll see what's over there. Hey, bud, what's up? My name's Cope. You want to hear about the shining object I saw? I think it fell somewhere near the waterfall. No one believes me, but I think it was some kind of mechanical creature. I wanted to save the mermaids living on the seafloor, so I made this submarine out of a barrel. But when I went underwater, I started running out of air. I couldn't breathe. Well, no shit. It's totally useless. Even worse, it's dangerous. You'd better keep away. Today's not the day. Okay, so up by the waterfall there's something. At the top of the desert there's supposed to be something. There's also a sunken something. I don't really see anything. Sleep. Creix is level 36. Nice. Caravan. So this... He sold the ferry in here. Bottled ferry, 40k. I'll take it. You know, I never would have found that. Otherwise. Sleep. Alright. Let's see what this does. Wait, I think this is not the city for this. I think I have to go to the other city. Yeah. Maybe we'll try to go up the thingamabob anyway. With our canoe. Ambush! Flee! Yeah, you better fucking flee. Antidote. Alright, so there's something up here by the waterfall, apparently. Waterfall Cavern. Let's go. Holy fuck, what a mess. Okay, so around, down, and down there. Ah, clay golems again. I remember these guys. They're like scarier. They're scarier than they seem. King Mummy. Oh my. Man, for a King Mummy, he wasn't too hard. Oh no, meetings. Doc, leave. Preemptive strike. Yeah, the red mage is just the best. That's all I can say. I don't know how you're supposed to, like, compete with a monk, dude. He doesn't get any new items. There's, like, no nunchucks for him to use, dude. Actually, was there a weapon store in that other little town? Maybe I fucked up. Preemptive strike. I'm not even like using real spells. I'm using like free spells to kill his stuff. I have been waiting. Take this cube, Tiamat, Flying Fortress, please. You obtain the warp cube. Whatever that does. Wizard staff. What does that do? A staff that casts confuse. That's garbage. A bunch of money. A bunch of money. A bunch of money. Defender. A sword that casts blink. Okay. Ribbon. A ribbon that guards against elemental attacks and status effects. Is that something somebody can equip? Wait, these things reduce my monk's defense for some reason. It's kind of weird. I mean, putting the ribbon on him kind of makes sense, though. Okay, we got a warp stone. Who knows what that's fucking for? Boom, 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 boom. Ba, ba, na, 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 na. Yeah, after playing the game this long, in hindsight, man, the monk seems underpowered. I don't really know what you could have done differently. Unless there's like some like weapon you're supposed to get, but I feel like I've opened every chest. Ambush! Ice Brand is pretty strong. Boona 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 boom. Okay, let's just go back into this city and see if I can figure out what to do with this warp stone I just got. Maybe somebody knows what to do. Is there a weapons store here? No. Ever hear something called Oxy Ale? Yeah. Say the shrine sank into the sea 200 years ago. Now there are mermaids living there, or so the story goes. I've heard the other town. Something very weird for sale. Yeah, I bought it. I got the thing. Should I go talk to him again? Okay. None of that helped me. I feel like this warp stone has something to do with Tiamat. I think Tiamat's gonna want my, like, proof of courage or whatever, which I already got. It's like I have a bunch of story items that haven't led me anywhere, and I think it's all gonna come together here pretty soon. Okay, so from here we gotta go to the city up here. And do something with their spring with my ferry that I got. You're the ones who rescued me from that bottle. I'm sorry about running away, but I was just so scared. I'll get you some Oxyale from the bottom of the spring to make up for it, okay? I'll probably need that in order to use that, like, shitty submarine. So I can go to the bottom and get the Rosetta Stone. Obtain Oxyale. Air will flow out of that water for as long as you have it. Yeah. There's obviously these islands with holes in them too. Whatever those do. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, let me take your horrible submarine so I can die on the bottom. Please save the mermaids. Okay. Get in the barrel. Sunken Shrine, 3F. There's an up, there's a down. There's a couple of doors. Money! Snake, sea scorpion, sea troll. Well, they don't seem particularly hard. Rex level 37. It's a Hagen Prince. Oh my god. Kaboom. More money. Well, should we go up or down? Water Naga. We're seeing new monsters, but they're just dying. Well, let's go up, I guess. Second shrine, floor 4. There's another way up. There's a bunch of doors. Let's go peek in the doorway here. Loot, loot, loot. There's loot in basically every door. Water elemental. They kind of look like air elementals. But that's just because I've been programmed to think that little tornado elementals are air elementals. We need to high potion our buddy. Loot, loot, loot. Get the loot. Money. Ghosts. Ow. They kind of fucking slap. Diamond armor. What? Yeah, there's no way it's not leaking based on what's outside. Armor crafted from diamond that guards against lightning. Any chance you can wear this? No. Okay. It's Schwarzwald dry gin from the forest, the Black Forest of Germany. Tomorrow. What? Big claims, is there? It is real gin from the botanicals of the Black Forest in Germany. Yeah. What did I write about it? Hold on. Get out of here. Uses unlikely ingredients such as lingonberries, blackberries, honey pomelo, mixed with more common botanicals such as chamomile, sage, angelica, and coriander. It is aged for 3 months in clay copper pots. Yeah, tomorrow we're doing it. They have to write that. It's probably the most expensive gin you can get. Like that size bottle is usually the same price as like a full bottle of other gins. $61. Yeah, it's not that bad. Yeah. Gin's not expensive, but that particular gin is expensive. Yeah, no, like that's the most expensive gin that I know of, and it's like maybe twice the price of regular gin. What's that?
Why is it
I don't know. Yes, that's true. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Just their choice that they made, I guess. You're not mixing that one. We got plenty of other gin you can mix. Went in that door, 2 doors, 3 doors, and the way up. Okay. Light axe. Great. Kaboom. Mage's Staff. What's this one do? Casts Fyra? I guess instead of Thundara. That's not the one to use in here anyway. Money. Did I get everything? Yeah, I think so. Alright, let's go up. $5F. A whole bunch of random doors. Oh, my prayers have been answered. Okay. If the light of the sea is lost, we will turn into sea foam and vanish forever. Okay. Money. Money. Diamond armlet. Nice. One of our friends went to see the world above and hasn't returned. Okay. I think she's the one that made the barrel ship. You can breathe underwater? How? I don't know. Magic. Money. Save the sea, restore light to the water crystal. Money. Are those the crystals the legends speak of? Just who are you? I don't know who I am. This is the uppermost level of the shrine. The Kraken, the Fiend of Water, nests on the lowest level. Okay, so we gotta go all the way down. The Mirage Tower stands in the desert to the east of the continent, right? Well, I saw someone go into the tower. I heard the most lovely chiming sound. Antidote. While the Fiend of Water lives, the light of the sea grows ever darker. Yeah, we just gotta go kill the Fiend of Water at the bottom of this shithole. Diamond Shield. I'm assuming the Red Mage cannot use that. Because he's been on Buckler forever. $5,000. If the light of the sea is not restored, we'll... Yeah. Someone else already said that. How do I get up over there? I've opened all the doors except for that one. Seems like there's no monsters on this level. It's kind of like counts as a town. Seems like. How do I get over there? Do I have to like go over there? Is it like some kind of weird like run through this way to go over there kind of thing? Oh, that's kind of a meme. Diamond gloves. We obtained the Rosetta Stone. Now we can talk to the people in that other city. The Diamond Helm. I'm assuming... Yeah, I'm assuming no one can wear any of that stuff. Great. More warrior items. Or monk. Never gets any items. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, hold on. My boy's almost fucking dead. Miss! Those ghosts kind of slap. Okay, so I'll go to the corner. Okay, that goes up. That goes up. Oh man, this is a bit of a mess. Oh, I see. That's the only way to go is up here. Nothing in there. I got scammed. Money. Money. Oh, what's down here? All the way down. I don't know where the other way goes. Way down over there. 1, 2, 3, 4 loot rooms. Money. Monsters. Ow. Guess what? Chicken butt? Three level ups. Dun, 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 dun. That email could have been in... That meeting could have been in email format. Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic, you know. These guys fucking slap, dude. These ghosts. Monsters. More water elementals. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom. More monsters. Preemptive strike. Giant's gloves. Cast saber when used. Okay. Two more loot rooms. More water elementals. Ooh, lots of monsters. Light axe again. Zahong and Prince. Money, 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 and a ribbon. Somebody else wear this ribbon? Is this the stream where they review caffeine products? Sort of. Why? How many caffeines is okay? Well, I think they say you shouldn't have more than 400 milligrams in a day. I think that's what they say. Okay, this is the bottom floor. So I'm assuming this big spooky room is maybe where the bad guy is. I don't know. The bad man. Isn't that like 6 to 7 coffees? That's a 1 cup. That's like maybe 5 coffees if your coffees are 1 cup. But it kind of depends, I think, how much, because you can put, it depends, like if you grind a whole bunch of beans and then use more beans per cup, you could get a higher concentrated cup that way, so. It's hard to say by cup, I think, but it's roughly 5 cups, I think. I can't remember how much you need to overdose. This random article pretty much just says, like, if you're a young person, it usually talks about people who are too young. There's like one girl drank 2 giant monsters, so that was like 480 milligrams of caffeine, like right back to back, and she died from caffeine toxicity. But these are always like kids. Like it seems like the age range of people who have problems with caffeine, it's like the 18 to 24 age range bracket. I don't know why that is. Maybe their tolerance, they just haven't been drinking it for long enough, so their tolerance isn't very good or something. But it always seems to be like, yeah, like guys in their early 20s or late teens. Oh, it's up there. But you gotta go through this building to get up there. I see. Yeah, it says 400 milligrams is like the daily recommendation, but you could probably do more than that and not overdose, but it probably depends on your caffeine tolerance level, yeah. Where's my antidote? Antidote. High potion. Boom, boom. Potion. That guy was in here when I was doing the review, said he drinks 2 to 4 a day, so 2 to 4 like this size, right? So clearly if you take in, you know, I guess that's between like 640 and 800 milligrams depending on which ones he's drinking. So that in a day is clearly not gonna kill you. They may not be good for your long-term health, though. But that's different. It's different than, like, if you just do straight coffee, right? Because that's kind of like just, like, caffeine on its own. That's the only active ingredient. Whereas these things got all kinds of other fucking bullshit in them, right? Like, I don't know that, like, putting that much niacin in your body is maybe good. You might think, well, I'm just going to piss this out, but... those other ingredients might have an impact if they're in high concentrations. I don't know. Alright, it's time. We gotta make sure our situation's good. I think it's mostly good. You humans do impress. I would not have thought to see you here. But do you really think you can defeat the Fiend of Water here in my own domain? Fools, these dark depths shall be your tomb. Kraken. Let's just preemptively healing staff the party. Also haste, buddy. Ink. Let's just attack, and then you can use the eye drops. And then we'll get the biggest lightning spell that we got. Thundaga. Ink. Miss. 83, not bad. 53. Life of Horror, how's it going? Attack. Attack. I don't know what kind of spell he's gonna use. Should I use Null Death? Let's just use Prodera. And then we'll use Thundaga again. Ooh, that was a big hit. You got a girlfriend. Nice. Okay, so I'm just going to heal, I think, with Black Mage, or Red Mage. He doesn't seem to do much damage. Let's go in with Invisera. And again, Thundaga. Ink, miss. That lightning slap is so much damage. I think surely we can't really hold him. Cancels the party's defense against instant death. I don't know. I'll just try it. I don't. This boss hasn't done very much so far, so I'm worried he could pull out something like a fucking Finger of Death. He just, every once in a while, hits for a shit ton of melee damage. Oh, that's it. He just got fucking electrocuted, dude. Bees Knees and Crassus, level 40. Alright, restore the water crystal's light. Get the fuck out of here. Do, 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 do. Alright, so the only thing I know to do next is there's a bunch of holes in the islands, and there's that desert temple. Which... see if we can get these spells now. Okay, you already have these. Which seems like the logical place to go, and I already have this, like, proof of courage token, which I'm assuming Tiamat is going to want to see or something. Although I don't really know what to do with the warp stone. I'm guessing it has something to do something as well. Can't decide if it's supposed to make you happy or more depressed. Classic. Soon you'll be like me, he says. Oh, I can't go in there. Shit. I thought I could just go in here. I was assuming I could just go do something with this. So there's more to figure out. Oh, that's right. We got the Rosetta Stone, so we can go to that city where people don't speak our language and understand what they say now. You can probably tell us what to do. Hey, Retica, how's it going? Where can we land? We gotta land all the way up here, don't we? Alright, so let's see what these guys have to say in here. Nothing, eh? I understand. I have the item. A tablet inscribed with ancient writing. Is there somebody else I have to talk to? Maybe there's somebody in one of these other cities I have to talk to first. Or something. I thought if I got the item, I could just, like, come over here and they would... I could understand them or something. Or one of them would be like, hey! Or something. Okay, so that didn't work. I'll have to go to that north town. They might say something to me about something. Boom, 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 boom. Understand a word they say there. Yeah, I did the fairy in the spring. Yeah, I got the warp stone. I have it. There's a scholar studying Lufinian language, but I can't seem to recall his name. Yeah, I think that's where we're stuck. We have to find the scholar who's studying the Lufinian language. Lost again, mildly. I'm not nearly as lost as I was at the start of the day. Yeah, I already did that. There's a tower in the Yanikurum Desert no one can enter. Some people think it's nothing but a mirage, so it's called the Mirage Tower. Then just say the sky people could soar through the sky and build castles above the clouds. The sky people. I did hear about the sky people already, but... I don't know how to, like, interact with them. Someone in here said something about my brother is looking for the Rosetta Stone or something. Already did that. You have the Rosetta Stone. You must take it to my brother Un immediately. Oh, he's that guy. Yeah, he's that guy that when you talk to him, he says, I'm the, like, amazing Un. Haven't you heard of me? And you're like, no, what the fuck were you? He's, like, down here in one of these cities. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Fuck. Maybe it's this one. He's like on the side. No, not this one. He's like on the side of the... I think it's this one. No, it's not this one. Fuck, which city is it? Maybe it's this one. I don't think it's this one. He's like in the top right corner and he says like, aha. Oh, it is this one. It is this one. Haha, I'm the Incredible Un. Oh, fuck. Let me see that tablet. This is the Rosetta Stone. This makes it possible to decipher Lufinian. Yes, of course, that's what it was. It all makes sense. Here, allow me to express my gratitude by teaching you Lufinian. Okay. There, now you can speak Lufinian too after about 10 seconds of him jumping up and down. If only that's how languages worked. Alright, now we can go over here and speak the language of the people that are over here. We are the Lufinians, the descendants of the race that once lived among the clouds, the Sky People. You use a vessel you call an airship. It was built by one of our ancestors, a man of the name of Sid. Fucking Sid. Goddamn Sid, still making airships in the fucking ancient times, dude. The Light Bearers, legend is true. We have a legend that has been passed down through many generations. According to this legend, 400 years after the fall of civilization in the sky, warriors bearing a light will come forth to save our people. Okay. Has not but history. The flying castle floats on a blue sea of stars beyond the sky. Yeah. High in the sky, we set a castle afloat in the azure sea of stars. The sky people would... I just heard someone say, "Oh God," from the other room. I'm not sure why, but... 400 years is a long time. Okay. Could the mechanical beings of our ancestors created still function? What can I do with my warp stone, guys? Mom might be sad for a bit. The castle that floats high above the clouds was once the home of our ancestors. The Mirage Tower is the gateway to that castle. Okay. Even to believe there was another entity controlling the four fiends. To ascertain its location, we sent out 5 warriors, but much time has passed since we heard from them. Tiamat blocks the power of wind, the source of the Sky People's strength. Where the fuck is Tiamat? We struggle for our very lives with Tiamat, the Fiend of Wind, but our power is not enough to this day. Her lair remains in the castle, in the sky, the floating fortress. Take this chime with you to grant you passage into the Mirage Tower. Okay, of course, the last fucking person I talked to is the one that gives me... I was about to lose hope. Like, am I fucking not going to get anything out of talking to all these guys? But it was the very last motherfucker I talked to who advances the game. What did I just get? Ice shield? Oh, I got an ice shield against random mobs. That's a pretty hot drop. Not that I can use it because I'm an idiot and didn't bring a warrior. I think I learned my lesson. I think in Final Fantasy II I'm going to use a warrior. If there's choices, I'll bring a warrior. Alright. We should be able to get into the tower now, because we have the chime. The chime of the ancestors. Ow. Still don't know what those random holes are, though, in the, like, middle of the archipelagos over there. Nothing told me ever to go over there. I don't know if it will, but maybe there's just random loot in there. I don't know. Mirage Tower 1F. I can walk all the way around, or we can go in the mystery room, which has a bunch of loot in the center. Were tigers. Okay. They're dead. The Black Knight. Tw 20 damage, brother? Really? A tent. Aegis Shield. I bet you I can't use that. Yep. Money. More money. Vorpal. Oh. No party members can equip this now. No one can use the Vorpal. Okay. Great. Two. That's right, he did 2 damage. Money. Healing Helm. What's this one? Item that casts heal. Okay. Money. Guardian. Ba-ba-da-bum, bum, 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 bum. Alright, now what do we got? It's another area in the middle. But we gotta go all the way around. That's pain. Five king mummies. It's a lot of kings to be in one place. Assuming there's loot in this middle part. A bunch of loot. Money. Money. Thor's hammer. That's a pretty big shoe to fill. Cast Thundara when used. What does the gauntlet do? Cast Thundara when used. They both cast... I guess I can cast Thundara on multiple characters. If I wanted to. Cottage money. The Sunblade. A sword that is effective against the undead. The question is it better than the Ice Brand? It is. 10,000. Dragon Mail that no one can use. Our friend left on a journey to the west. He took the warp cube and went to see our master. I already got the warp cube. Blue Dragon. Ow. Use the warp cube to travel beyond the sky. It will take you to the flying fortress. Yep. Flying fortress 1F. Okay. We got the way up and we got a whole bunch of loot. Black Flan. Razor. Please tell me my monk can use this item. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's just still on iron nunchucks. They just forgot to add more nunchucks into the game, I guess. Money. Protect ring. I already decked out on those, so bought them. Money, money. Healing helm. I already have that item. You put too many encounters in this game? Yeah, it's kind of like Crassus was saying that like this is the first game that like invented the genre, right? They didn't really know what they were doing. So like in later games, there's ways you can get around having to do these fucking pointless encounters over and over again. They learned from this game. It's easy to forget that this game came out in 1987. We didn't know as many things about game design back then. I mean, shit, if you were playing a game like this in 1987, you were probably pogging out, dude. Like, what a sweet game for 1987. Thanks for misspelling my name. I know, I mentioned that. I misspelled Bee's Knees' name, too. We talked about this already. It's Bee Knees. Earth Medusa. Okay, that was a monster. Potion, money. I misspelled my name too. Huh. Yeah, actually, I'm realizing if I spelled your name correctly, it would be Beanness. Beakness. What, Crassus? What now? I'm in the Flying Fortress, Crassus. You're gonna win today? I don't know. I'm pretty close to the end. I think. Cottage. Mithril Helm, those are useless. Diamond gloves, yeah, no one can wear those. Diamond shield! Another ribbon. Someone can put that ribbon on. Sleep! Sleep. Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt. Death. Yeah, man, I gotta get all the loot, dude. More money. I don't know what I can spend it on. Besides, there's still some side content I haven't done. There's some holes in the ground I haven't explored. Unless the game's gonna tell me to go there. There's no side content. I'm doing side content right now. What are you talking about, brother? These rooms that are very clearly optional? This is side content. Because I could just go right here. But instead I gotta get the adamantite. What's this for? I don't know. Someone said something about this one time in some town. Holy shit, flashbang. Yeah, we'll get to Clair Obscur in a few years, don't worry. I gotta wait for the game to become unpopular enough that I might get a viewer if I play the game. Black robe, holy! What's that? A robe that guards against ice and time irregularities. Yet somehow I can't equip it on my person. What the fuck? Who can wear this? Nobody? It says it protect against ice and time irregularities. No party members can equip this. Is it a thief item? I guess. I got the white robe. The guards against fire and instant death that, again, nobody can fucking use. I don't understand this game sometimes. What do you mean that my wizards can't equip the robes? What? Like, are they thief items? My monk can't equip the robe. My wizards can't equip the robe. I don't know, man. What were they smoking back then? Flying Fortress 3F. Oh, God. I don't like the way those stone golems sit. Holy. Relax. Soldier. Guy's sniping me. What does this guy have to say? From this observation window, you can look out on the entire world. Can I? The observation window looks upon the world. The four forces of fire, earth, water, and wind appear as mist, converging on a single point. A point at the center of the four altars. This must be the location of the Chaos Shrine. Show me. There it is. The Chaos Shrine. Right there. Oh my god. There's more content I haven't done, and we're not going to get to it today. Shit. Go there, don't delay. Ba 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 ba. Poison darts. Pretty rude. I'll definitely win next Friday, Crassus. For now, there's more loot to get. Cold Needle. More money. Sasuke's Blade. Oh my god, what is that? A small katana used by ninja that no one can use because we don't have a thief in our party. I'm assuming. It is kind of an odd pose. I do sort of agree. Money! A potion! A protect ring I don't need. Money! Rakshasa. Watch out for these Rakshasas. Money. Protect cloak? Oh, what do we have here? A large cloak worn over armor. Anyone can use this pretty near. Wow. There you go. Wait. But you can normally use a buckler. Like, at least these guys can't use fucking anything. Close. Nothing like getting a level 1 item in the Sky Fortress. Alright, where are we going now? We did this, did that, did that. There's 2 more loot rooms down here, dude. At least killing rabble monsters is like automated at this point. I don't even have to press buttons. Analyzing Tiamat, no known weakness. Analyzing Tiamat, no known weakness. Thanks. Thanks, game. We managed to find a way to just not press any buttons and not lose any health and not use any mana. You know? Pretty efficient. It's all those random fishmen that we killed on our boat. It's paying dividends at this late stage of the game. Analyzing Tiamat, no known weakness. Analyzing Tiamat, no known weakness. No known weakness. No. Okay, that little shit fucking room. That didn't tell me anything. Didn't get me anything either. Holy shit, they're sniping them. Slow. We gotta at least get the wind crystal done today, right? Flying Fortress 4F. What the fuck? Damn. My boy Bee's Knees does fat damage to Gorgons. Where's the one that does fire damage? What happened to that item? Oh, so here it is. Flying Fortress 5F. Here it is. The fucking Wind Crystal. But first, War Mech. Does that mean we can win? Holy shit! Hold on. Take off autopilot. This guy fucking doesn't fuck around. What the fuck? Okay. This guy doesn't fuck around, dude. That's not the same monster. That fucking robot doesn't fuck around. He has an ability called Nuke. I just happened to not fight him this time. Oh, maybe he's right here. No, it's air elementals. Alright. The Lich. Marilith, the Kraken. You have defeated 3 fiends and reached my lofty perch. All the better. May the image of Tiamat, the Fiend of Wind, be the last to burn in your eyes. Okay. Haste! Ugh! That was shit damage, Grix. We gotta do better than that. Poison gas. Gross. Let's try Bundaga on his ass. Ooh, big hit, big hit. Ice Storm, man. Boom. Yeah, that wasn't the best. No frost? Guess he does that again? Let's try Blizzaga. Okay, of course he's gonna go off before my No Frost happens. Ooh, fat damage. Of course it missed everybody. Okay, classic. It wasn't the best. Kiraga. Surely, like, Firaga is not the right thing to use against a dragon, right? I don't know. Oh, of course. Yeah, it seems like that's not it. Wait, so we kind of have to go Phoenix down, this guy, and then Magic, Cure, no, Kilaga Party, and then I guess we're on Blizzaga on this guy. Thunderbolt. Boom. Now you kind of have to, like, temper yourself back up again. Kiraga. And then haste. It's like this guy does all types, like he could do ice, or he could do lightning. Let's try this. Boom. Boom! Big damage. Okay, so I guess if you put Invisara on your guys, then if you try to buff them with magic resistance later, it just misses. I see. We've learned that about the game's mechanics. What can we do? I think we're just on Cura. And you're just trying to throw blizzards at him. Fat damage. Huge damage. See, the red mage does more damage than the monk. It doesn't make any sense. The red mage is just better. It's just a better character. Ba, 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 ba. Restore the wind crystal's light. We did it. We did it, team. Well, let's take our blimp down here. Do 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 do. And then we will save the game. Tune in next time for the grand finale. For now, it is time. It's time yet again for live review. Hi. You're having a random assortment of foods for lunch.
Yeah, I made taco meat. I'm gonna have it with sweet potatoes.
Taco meat and baked potatoes.
Baked sweet potato.
And baked sweet potato. Okay.
Good.
That's something, that's for sure. Alright. Alright. Let's go. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. What? What are the fucking odds of that? The same fucking one twice in a row. Oh shit. I need to go buy a lottery ticket. Oh, there's some odds right there. Teeling single grain. Okay. Here it is. Alright, I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. The way it is right now is the top shelf is bourbon, and then the rest of them are organized roughly the same way that the list is organized. So they're organized by category alphabetically. But this one in particular just happens to be in the front. So like where all the Irish bottles are, this one's in the front. So it's pretty easy. But yeah, it's by category alphabetically. So I know if I'm looking for a Highland, all the Highlands are in one place in alphabetical order. But that was as of I sorted the cabinet originally. So all the new bottles that were not in the cabinet when I originally sorted it are kind of in random configurations in the smaller cabinet now. So those ones are not as organized, but at least I know if it's a newer bottle, there's not as many to look through. I don't know. This one's getting all dusty on the top. Alright, today a live review of the Teeling single grain Irish whiskey. And this is from an unknown source distillery. This is a sourced whiskey. But this brand is owned by Bacardi. So we don't actually know for 100% sure where the whiskey came from. But whoever sourced it has to produce grain whiskey. So I mean, it might come from Jameson. I don't know. But at the end of the day, this is a sourced product. It could also come from Cooley, I suppose. This isn't triple distilled, is it? No, it's not triple distilled. So there's a good chance this came from Cooley because Cooley only double distills. I think they do grain whiskey at Cooley. Either way, it's a sourced product at the end of the day. 46% alcohol, 92 proof, non-chill filtered. Natural color, we're not sure. It doesn't say natural color on it. It has the ever so suspicious natural character on here. Some people say it's natural color, although I seem to think I've seen bottles with different colors, so that would suggest it's probably natural color, but we don't know for sure, and when we don't know for sure, we tend to say it's probably color added, so probably. And this is aged 5 to 6 years in X Cabernet Sauvignon from California. And this is a mash bill of 95% corn and 5% barley. Use that bottle there. And again, I've seen bottles of this exact product where the color is much lighter than this. So it makes me feel like these are maybe natural batches if the colors of the bottles are a little different. But I don't know. When AFK and you beat the game, tune in next week for the grand finale, Crassus. So of course we're gonna rate this out of 100, 25 for aroma, 25 for palate, 25 for finish, 10 for texture, and 15 for my personal experience. And a sad pop. And going. So again, yeah, this is a little bit different of an offering. Again, it's a 100% grain whiskey, from the same distillery, 95% corn, 5% malted barley. So it is mostly a corn whiskey. But of course, the entire maturation of this product is in Cabernet Sauvignon. So it's not like ex-bourbon matured and then finished. It's an entire red wine maturation. So like that, absent perhaps some typical like vanilla or sweetnesses that you would expect from things at least somewhat matured in ex-bourbon. Now, when we tried this before, the red wine cask was not maybe nearly as loud as one would kind of hope, assuming or understanding that it is an entirely matured in red wine. But it is definitely present. The character is definitely present there. I suppose perhaps the red wine barrels only have so much to give, regardless of how many years you spent maturing in them. But at the end of the day, this is only 5-6 years old, I suppose. So it's not the oldest. And again, the longer it's in the barrel, the more barrel impact it will actually get to absorb. And of course, in Ireland, it's a kind of climate that, you know, probably longer barrel ages are probably helpful. But yeah, we'll assess this for what it is, which if I seem to remember, there is some red wine characteristics, but it's also quite grainy. A lot of that like kind of corn, creamy corn whiskey kind of flavor, not dissimilar from Canadian whiskeys. You don't have to rage too much anyway, Crassus. Apparently I'm playing Sea of Stars during the week, so... or even tomorrow. So, you know... we got you covered a little bit. At least for now. Technically, Expedition 33 before FF7 is possible. Yeah, I mean, in theory, if I want to play JRPGs, I could play them at a different time. But it just has to grab my attention enough that I really want to put them ahead. I think in normal circumstances, I probably would have played Sea of Stars after. But it just so happens that we landed in it. Man, it's really hard to get that kind of like red berry note out of this. Again, it feels very dry and bitter. Like if there is a berry note, it's kind of like a bitter red berry. But mostly like some of that kind of like corn sweetness, corn grain kind of notes on the nose. Maybe a little bit of that like buttery character, a little bit of that like sweetness. But this is all like from the grains. It's not from the barrel. Yeah, like it's almost like a sweet cornbread with like a bitter red berry note. Not a whole lot more to this. At least not initially. It is like really strong on the corn notes today. Yeah, Teeling single grain Irish whiskey on the palate, Slunch it. So yeah, very similar on the palate. Kind of that sweet, grainy corn whiskey kind of notes. Kind of like creamy caramel corn sweetness. With just maybe like a touch of tannins. Really super reminds me of Canadian whiskey. A little bit of spiciness peaks on the early finish. But again, some more of those sweet kind of grain notes. Little bit of tannins, little bit of like barrel oakiness on the finish. Finish is like slightly too short, maybe like medium minus. Overall, it's like not bad, but it kind of like feels the same way that I feel like I felt about it the past times we've had this bottle, which is like it's a little too grain forward, and the like wine barrel feels like it just didn't have as much impact as we would like, and maybe it's related to the age of the product, or just simply that the grain whiskey didn't take the red wine barrel too well, or there wasn't that much to get out of it. I'm not sure, but it's kind of like all in the sweet and grain notes, which is not necessarily unpleasant. But it's a kind of whiskey that it's like, well, man, I feel like I could find a Canadian grain whiskey that was half the price of this and get a very similar kind of experience. Again, very sweet, but still very like bready and not malty, but like grainy. Like on the like grains of the distillate, I guess I tend to default to malt, say malt, but that's not what it is here. That kind of bready, kind of grainy kind of note. And it's not like unpleasant, like it's pretty nice, like kind of sweet cornbread, sweet corn, sweet grain kind of aroma. With again, just maybe like a touch of like bitter red berry. You almost might go as to say it's like kind of close to like a lemon cornbread too. There's maybe just something hinting at a citrus. But that's as much of a projection as I can make. It's a bit of a stretch. Not terribly like spicy at all. You don't really get those deeper sweetnesses. There's not much of a like overt fruity note either. Like even for a young whiskey, it's not terribly fruity. Just that like maybe subtle bitter red berry component. Yep, sweet and grainy palate with just like a touch of like a tannic character. Spikes some spice on the finish. Sweet grains, slight tannins, some oak. It feels like, even from the first sip, it feels solved. Like I'm waiting for it to try to present me with something, but it feels very solved. Like, I don't have much to learn from it, even trying to give it as much time as I can, but I feel like there's just really not that much to it. And again, not unpleasant. Like, it's actually, like, again, pretty drinkable. Some nice, pleasant, sweet characters. But maybe, like, slightly elementary for my preference. And again, I feel like it's like one of those things where it's so similar to, like, that corn whiskey kind of flavor profile that I feel like probably, again, you could get a predominantly corn-based Canadian whiskey and have it taste very similar. It's very similar to that. I'm actually kind of curious if the I guess the one thing that's different between this and like the Canadian whiskeys I've had that are similar kind of mash is while this one is grainy on the palate and it's got a little bit of that like cream caramel thing, it's not nearly as creamy as like the Canadian whiskeys tend to get. And I don't know if that's down to like the climate in Ireland versus the climate in Canada, but I find the Canadian whiskeys of High Corn Mash Bill are like way creamier than this. Not enough barrel impact on this one. Yeah, I would agree. The barrel's too subtle, either because the barrel was not that good of a barrel to begin with. It doesn't necessarily say it's not a first fill Cabernet Sauvignon, I suppose. But I can't imagine Cabernet Sauvignon wine casks are frequently reused, I would think. And it may be just down to, again, the grain whiskey didn't take to the wine cask that well, or maybe it needed more years. Again, 5 to 6 years is not the longest, especially for Irish climate, I suppose. Or it could be that the barrel didn't have much to give. Whatever it is, it feels like the barrel impact is way too low on this one. And it's come across way too grainy. And it could be something like, hey, the grain whiskey was just overpowering what that barrel had to give. I don't know, but definitely a like distillate driven whiskey. And again, not super unpleasant, but it's almost like it feels like a single grain whiskey that was matured not that long, almost in like a neutral cask, like a refill ex bourbon or something like that. It doesn't have the same level of maybe vanilla character you might expect out of an ex bourbon barrel, but like a really tired neutral ex bourbon barrel. Like, it kind of feels almost like that. There's just some whispers of the red wine thing. It's like, oh, I went looking for red wine because it said Cabernet Sauvignon on the front. And I found it in, like, the dregs, like, in the, like, echoes. Not really up front. It almost feels like, I think one of the things that they wrote on the website about this is there's like red berries on the nose, and man, is that a stretch for me, especially right now. I don't want to call it a disingenuous note because everything's subjective, and I know companies tend to embellish their notes when they write them, but it's a stretch for me. Yeah, it's just all sweet caramel, cornbread, sweet corn, sweet grains, sweet lemon bread kind of nose and palate. And I probably, like I would say again, if I blinded this whiskey, I think I would assume it's a Canadian whiskey. I really would. It's very similar. All right, so let's score the aroma at a 25. Which again, it's kind of just a whole bunch of sweet notes, maybe slight bitter red berry in the echoes, maybe slight lemon citrus in the echoes. The intensity is not bad enough to give it a terrible ass score, but it's probably like 14. There's just not a lot going on here. All right, so let's focus on the palate. Which again, I'll try to see if I can get something that's not sweet cream caramel corn distillate corn grain kind of note. That's pretty much what I'm looking for. Something that's not that. I can't even feel like I get a spice until the finish. Like, yeah. Texture is like not nothing to write home about either. I'm having a hard time, like, here's where I'm struggling. I'm trying to decide if what I'm experiencing is really consistent with multiple notes. I feel like it's one note. I feel like I can say multiple things about it or describe it in multiple ways, but feels pretty one note on the palate. It's just got a little whisper of a tannic thing, like barely. Palate's like 13. Finish might be a little better. There's a little bit of a transition there. Even though it's not really like as long as I would like. Starts with some spice. Get some of that sweet grain caramel note. Get some of that tannic note. Get some of that barrel. Fades slightly too fast. $15. All right, so texture. I guess we'll get rid of this for the texture, but I think the texture is not particularly good. I have to decide whether it's like low smooth or high thin. Again, it is 46% alcohol, but you know, it doesn't seem like super watery necessarily, but it's hard. I'll give it a 4. I don't want to like super debate one point. It's like a 3 or a 4. We'll call it a 4. We'll give it its point. So Out of 15, my personal experience with this whiskey. Hello user. Unfortunately, we are not going to talk about political things in our broadcast, so I'll see you tomorrow. No politics, please. Thank you. We're talking about whiskey, not politics. Need to stand united for whiskey. Yeah. So at the end of the day, this particular whiskey, why would I pick up this whiskey versus another similar whiskey? So the appeal here, when you look at the label, is, oh, this is not a malt whiskey. This is a corn whiskey. This is a grain whiskey from Ireland. That's a little bit different. Oh, it's got a red wine barrel. That entirely matured, in fact. That's a little bit different. So you're going in here, as I did, I suppose, looking at the label and being like, oh, this is a grain whiskey in a red wine barrel from Ireland. What a funky adventure we might have. And you get here and you're like, well, it surely is a fucking corn whiskey. But the barrel didn't really slap. And it kind of just tastes roughly like a Canadian grain whiskey otherwise. So it's hard. It's hard to recommend this. If anything, the most notable thing about this particular bottle is the fact that it let down so much that it, oh, right, it's that whiskey that was like, felt like it should have been interesting, but it wasn't interesting at all. That's kind of like the way I feel about it. I was really hoping for something interesting and found it kind of just tasted like a reasonable run-of-the-mill Canadian whiskey, and even though it comes from Ireland and it's in a red wine barrel. So that doesn't feel very good. And in some ways, that is like infamy rather than fame. So the truth of the matter is, I would have been good if I didn't buy this, I think. I don't think I missed anything. I would have missed anything. I didn't know, but, we try to find new and interesting bottles, new and interesting barrels, and new and interesting mash bills, and I kind of thought this was it, and it was not it. Unfortunately. So in that way, it's a little bit forgettable. And I probably would not necessarily recommend this one. If someone asked, hey, what do you think about that Irish single grain that came in a wine barrel? And I'd be like, Bought this in Craigellachie on the same day. You win some, you lose some. Yeah, that's fair. And yeah, I man, I just expected more. I think that's what it is. I expected more from this, and I didn't get it. That being said, it's not unpleasant. Like, it's very drinkable. Like, if you're gonna sit down and watch a movie and you want a smooth, sweet grain whiskey, you're on a smoky day and you want something that's sweet and easy to drink and you don't want to think about, it's not bad. It's just that you could have also bought like Crown Royal and got a similar experience, I think, which feels bad to say. It's not unpleasant. It's just not good. So for me, we're going to give this a solid 2 out of 15. And I feel like that's maybe generous. I kind of want to give it 1. But, it tried to do something. And there's a little bit of something. So we'll give it 2. 2, if anything, just for the experience that it reminded us that because something seems interesting doesn't necessarily mean it worked. Because this didn't work. Whatever they were doing here, it didn't fucking work. All right. So, into the calculator. 14 and 13 and 15. And 4 and 2 is 48. 48 out of 100. Which means this is okay. It's okay. You know, it was 1 point short of being good. You know, I gave it a couple extra points that I maybe shouldn't have given it. So I can't even say, hey, I robbed it of being good. I think I gave it some extra points. And it ended up on okay. This is okay. Yeah, I think that's fair. It's okay. It's just okay. Yeah. Dang, you know. That's really all I have to say, I think, about this one. It's okay. Like, it's not bad. But I feel like it's the kind of whiskey that you're like, hey, I hope I have some friends over and they ask for an Irish and I can pour them this and be like, here, I have this cool Irish, and they won't know any better. And we'll get rid of it that way. Because I feel like the experience this is giving me, I might as well drink some of that fucking Pike Creek rum barrel and I'll get the same experience. You know? That's the sad truth of it. I might as well drink some of that Pike Creek Canadian rum barrel. Unfortunate. And if I'm being honest, at this point, you know, I'm waiting for the tealing that impresses me a little bit. This is my second tealing. The other tealing was okay. A lot of people are saying, you know, this is it, you know, this is where it's at. The tealing is the, like, kind of enthusiast darling of Irish whiskey. And, at this point, I'm mildly discouraged from trying more bottles that come from them, because it's like, it's not been it, you know, it's not really been it for me. And I guess it all comes down to subjective opinion, I suppose, but, you know, this one's not it. The other one was okay. What did I rate the single malt? Now, to be fair, the single malt was a fairly old bottle. But still, the single malt was kind of like, okay, you know. Where did I put that? Teeling single malt. 56 out of 100. Yeah. Yeah, you know. For the price? I don't know. Because they charge a little bit of a premium on these, I think. Because they're, you know, they're not a giant brand. Heading out. All right, you have a great weekend, Mr. Bee's Knees. Yeah, we're right at 1 o'clock. And yeah, tomorrow, again, we'll pop on around noontime, and we'll probably play some more Sea of Stars or something like that. Probably won't do an energy drink tomorrow. I'll probably do the energy drinks on the weekdays, I think. I think that's kind of like how we're doing it. But yeah, I'll post Rockstar to the YouTube channel today. I'll post some kind of whiskey thing. And yeah, we'll take it from there, I suppose. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow. And